Coming up in this episode of Goshen Truck Life.
I don't know when it came off.
Woo! Let me see.
It's just crazy.
Oh no. I think the factory reset button on my husband is broken. And I just looked at him like, the beast flew through the COF. Do you guys want to go over there and play for a bit?
Nah.
Summer, you're on camera. What? Repairs on our house, some laughs, and a trip away to get a COF as we count down to our North Island trip at the end of the year. Thanks for watching and let's go.
So a while ago my charger from the truck to the batteries stopped working. So when you travel it's not charging. And the last time you saw this guy was when he took out some units, some power supply units that were up in there. So Alan has come back to give us another hand to see if we can sort this out. He's pleased to be back on the channel too, aren't you, Alan?
Oh, loving it, mate.
Yeah?
Loving it. Oh, yeah.
He likes featuring on the Goshen Truck Life page. So we're going to see if we can sort this out, or he's going to see if he can sort it out.
Oh no, Beast isn't starting now. You're stealing the Utes battery to try to jumpstart Beast. Yeah. Okay. So the DC is fixed is what Marcel just said to me, and I just looked at him like, because I don't know what that means. What he means is how we lost power from the truck to the batteries. It was no longer charging our house batteries while we were driving. So it was just a cable come loose when someone had been in there. So that explains that.
So yeah, our issue for the truck not charging the house batteries, just as simple as this wire here not being there where it should be.
It turns out this isn't actually the issue, but they'll figure that out later.
I don't know when it came off, but it would have been more than likely music in the mountains when the guy from Dean's truck or the other workshop took the batteries off to see if it was the batteries. Wasn't me, I didn't take the wires.
And I was going to tell Marcel that I've just explained it to the GoPro, but I thought I'd just let him say it. He added on more than I knew. So. Oh, hopefully that's got enough juice to jump Beastie. Yeah. Have you guys been on a bit of a South Island trip?
We've been 3 years now. We've been
in the South Island?
South Island, it's our first time here.
It's a bit of a trip and you just stayed for 3 years, yeah?
Yeah.
So you must have headed down not long after we met you in Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Flat as, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, yep. You go again?
Try again?
Yeah, mate.
No.
Nah.
Damn it.
When did we last start Beast? Old Beach Road?
Still it.
Is it hot?
Yeah. Oh, just cooking.
Yeah. Those leads, we've got too many amps going through them, the toys.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
not
No.
they're not truck ones.
No, and we're just going to melt them at that rate.
So what's plan B?
The reason why it's flat is because when I got home from Auckland, that blanket was stuffed in this door, so it wasn't shut properly.
That'll be me and the kids.
So it was ajar, and so it was.
Was it a door or a jar?
Yeah.
There was a
The
few
door
times
dark.
where we had to open it to let some heat out, but I didn't open it for long because I knew it might run the battery flat, so we shut it, but
You ever sold a blanket or anything like that?
not yet.
So we've sort of sorted one problem out. We're just sort of trying to find some more, or trying to find what's going on with something else, another part of it, which could also be hindering it a little bit. We ended up by getting the truck started by turning two 12 volts into 24 with a couple of jumper leads setups, and so we'll now keep the truck running for a little bit to try and charge up some life. Meanwhile, Alan's down in our little hole trying to sort something else out that he's found. Or is it the same thing?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to see why we haven't got this relay turning on. In theory, should be. So, for the DC charging, 0 volts to it. Where's that trigger come from?
So we're tracing this little blue wire it goes round through there, we lose it down there, and I've got to figure out where it is. Fun times. There's a solenoid or relay that doesn't seem to be working in there, and we've had to track the blue wire through here.
Oh.
It goes down through there, and Mr. Wizard over there thinks he's found one. But,
Oh, wow. Did Charlie come and jump start this?
yeah.
Oh, that was good of him.
But he
Cool.
didn't have enough either, so we still had to make 24 volt. Pretty much what we're doing there with those two batteries, but with his bigger battery, my jump leads.
Oh.
I think we really need to get some thicker jump leads for,
Oh, for us, yeah.
for the truck.
How was your walk, boys? Boys just walked from my sister's place.
When we were walking, I was walking along in the grass,
Yeah.
and I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden I start feeling this goopy stuff in my crock.
Goopy stuff.
Yeah. Then I looked in, and it wasn't poo. Like it wasn't, but I have no idea what it was.
Oh, what was it? Where were you?
Orange stuff.
Oh, you'll have to have a wash.
Yeah, I've already washed it.
Okay.
Down on top too.
The boys slept at my sister's last night because they didn't just have 3 sleepovers in a row with the fires and wind. Anyway, they stayed there and walked all the way from her place. It's quite a long way. Summer and I are just going out to take my mum for a drive, and you guys just go use the house lounge?
Yeah.
Because there's really no room in Beast.
So we finally got it fixed. The DC charging from the truck to the battery while we drive. The silly thing is that it is something that could have been really didn't necessarily need to happen. So most of you would know the saga we've had with our reversing camera, right? So the last thing we did was we had this switch wired up, so then we could flick it off and on the monitor, and because I don't know why, but it doesn't work from here. And with doing that, what has happened is that he's taken the Auto Sparky has taken the feed from in here to wire in that switch to control this, which is all good, but that wire that he chose to get the ignition feed from was the one that goes through our dash, underneath the truck, all the way back over to our control panel over under the seat over there. And so when I switch the camera off, it switches off the DC charging, which isn't that much of a deal if I had known about it, but because we didn't, it's just crazy. So every time I switch this off, it would switch off our DC charging, which is way the heck down the back. But hey, it's all sorted. My mate Alan has wired it into the fuse box here, into ignition wire, so when I turn the key on and start the truck, our DC starts charging. I'm seriously grateful for having friends that I can call on when I'm stuck on things, and just helps the life of living in a house truck so much better. And that's what the whole community is all about, is having other people there that you can just call on for their opinion, their experiences, and go from that. So it is a community that helps each other, which is really cool. Tonight we're doing sausages on the barbie. I was going to put on a brisket for Alan and Esther. I was going to do a brisket, but because of the wildfires that have been going on here over the last week, and still are being dampened out still, there's a total fire ban on until the 27th of this month, and I did ask my mate who's in the fire brigade if I can light my charcoal Weber, and he did say a big hard no. So I didn't do that, because he says not the fact that it's going to get out of control being in the Weber, but people are so on edge at the moment with the smoke that if they saw a beautiful smoke coming from the Weber, and that's what we like, is a bit of smoke coming from the Weber, they would get upset, and I'd most probably have a big bright fire engine pull up outside and see what's going on.
So in our last episode there was just terrible winds, and there was devastating fires here in Kokoda. People lost their homes and stuff, and yeah, it is forecast to get really windy again today. To be honest, I'm a little bit over it, because we actually spent, the kids and I, 3 nights away from the truck because it was so scarily windy inside the truck. And this is where we are, Old Beach Road. Summer and I like to go to the social room and play the game that they've got in here with the big door open, eh? Yeah, it's been pretty busy here. We've seen our friend Garth, who's followed the channel, and we've met him a few times now. He came to see us because he was up here for a rally. So yeah, pretty devastating winds that they had all across the country. Lots of trees down. We lost our big poplar tree by where we park beast on my mum's farm too. Yeah, and it really freaked Summer out especially. Josiah didn't like it at the time, but I think he's fine now. But it's a little bit windy outside now, and Summer's kind of in fight or flight mode, I think. A little bit of panic there. She'd probably be doing that in a house in strong wind too, so it's not just because we live on wheels. But if it did get really windy again like that, I would take the kids to my mum's or to my sister's. So anyway, hopefully not. It's not forecast to, but it's meant to still be strong winds. And would you believe it, snow. It was 34 degrees last week on the hottest windy day, and now we're expecting a really cold snow blast through, so there should be some fresh snow on the mountains tomorrow, which is always beautiful. It's always sad when the snow fully melts for the summer, because it's just so pretty up there. Gonna hang out here for a bit, and then, I don't know, do some housework, and yeah, just cruise for the rest of the day. It's actually a public holiday today, but the kids and I just did a little bit of schoolwork because we missed some last week with the storm. A while ago, the passenger window in the cab of Beast stopped working and was just like slipping down. So Marcel got a replacement part and pulled the window apart and got into the door there, and it broke while he was trying to put it back in. And then he realised that he got sent the wrong one anyway. So hopefully Marcel will get onto that pretty soon and get that sorted. Would be nice to have my window work. Well, in Beast we're going to be going on the North Island trip just with the truck, not towing this ute. So I'm going to want a window, especially with the heat of the summer up there. But anyway, I'm just here at Mum's waiting for Marcel to swap the scooter and take him back to Beast so we can drive Beast back, leave the scooter here. And yeah, we're off to Blenheim in a couple of weeks to get that COF done. So COFs used to be 6 monthly, so we'd have to get it done twice a year. But now it's every 12 months, so that's going to be nice. But the kids have grown again, need new clothes, so there's not a lot of clothing shop options for kids here apart from secondhand shops, and even they often don't have kids clothes. Summer needs new trousers, and I couldn't find any at the secondhand shops, but we did get some shorts. So we used the trip to Blenheim for our COF to kind of do some seasonal clothes shopping. So that's going to cost us a bit of money in a couple of weeks, and yeah, we're pretty close to being able to book our ticket back from the North Island. So we've booked our ticket there, but we haven't booked our ticket back yet, but we've just about got the money together to do that. So that will be a relief once we've got that. It'll be nice to take Beast to Blenheim for a couple of days, couple of nights, and then yeah, back to Kokoda.
I've been here before.
Yeah. Marcel gets to do all the fun stuff like emptying the grey water while I get to leave. But then I guess that does mean I get to do the stuff I don't enjoy actually, which is going to the supermarket. Marcel and I are walking to our home group tonight out where the fires were, out Old Beach Road, Skivington's Road area. And he bought himself some walking shorts. I think compression shorts. I think that's just another word for undies. I am not walking with you with those on.
Why not?
Oh no, they even say beast on the leg. Let me see. Oh, nah, that's just, it's wrong. It's wrong. He has to wear shorts over the shorts. our viewers will know which ones are more like public appropriate, eh? I just need to check something. I think the factory reset button on my husband is broken. He's faulty. Need to fix him.
A while ago, I was changing the regulator over on my truck, or fixing it. The cable had been all tangled and whatever else, and so I got it sorted for the cable. Went to put it in the door, ended up by snapping off this little geezer here. Then I got a hold of a wreckers down in Dunedin, from the recommendation from John at Knight and Dickey in Waiku, and so they sent me up a regulator from Dunedin, and but they sent me up a manual one. And so this was over a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I just rang them up the other day and I said, dude, any chance of getting an electrical one? You sent me a manual winder, and a day later, or a day and a half later, he sent me another one, which was pretty cool. So really good service from that guy. I don't know if I feel like doing that now or do it on the weekend. I've decided that I won't just sit on my bum and do nothing for the afternoon now that I've finished work. Need to really get this sorted, so then my passenger, whoever my passenger may be,
That's me, right?
can have a window. So I'm about to put you on time lapse, so then if I get frustrated, you don't see me or hear me, and it'll be alright. So this is what we're about to do. I was worried that I'd lost all my little bolts to hold down there, to hold the bracket for everything, but it didn't, so that's a good thing. Back on time lapse, you go. So I thought I'd take you off time lapse now. I'm just about finished putting it in there. So I'm missing some, eh? But maybe I'll put you back on time lapse because it's taking a long time. Finishing touches. There we go. Now, woo! We have a window that works. Woo! Job done. So today, gonna put on a Weber smoke. Gonna do some briskets. Just to thank Alan for doing the stuff that he does, just for helping us out with electrical stuff and stuff like that. It's out of my capability. It's really good to have a guy like Alan that we can call on and he'll help us out. So putting this brisket on for our mates Esther and Alan. As my base, I'm going to be using the good oil because it can withstand good high temperatures without going bad, which is cool. Meat rub, I'm going to use a GPS all-purpose from Under the Hood. Beautiful, beautiful rub. The smoke's going the wrong way. If you want to jump onto their website, Under the Hood, David and his wife make these up themselves and just design everything that I've got on their website. My wet rub first to base it with, then my dry rub. So about every hour we'll go in and give it a bit of a spritz just to keep it moist. Give this a bit of a shuffle around a bit. We've just gone 4 hours on the Weber. There we go, look at that. It's looking quite nice. Gonna keep it on there for another half hour, just give it a bit more of a spritz. And then I will put it in a container and wrap it, and it can do another 3 hours floating boat wrapped. Do I want to do this publicly or not?
In case it's come out bad.
That's alright, nothing wrong with that.
Good, smells good.
How's it looking?
Well, I don't know.
Not so tender. He usually just can just pull it apart with a couple of forks. Weird. It's not been doing that lately.
No, I think it's a cut of meat, to be honest.
Mm.
But it's got a
Do the taste test.
got a good layer of pink in there for the smoke. It's good.
It smells divine. Oh, I think it's very tender. It might not fall apart, but it's very tender.
No, good.
Yum.
Potato bake from the Andersons.
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 Who are you people?
Oh, Hendersons, I don't know. So today I'm working back on this sill up here. I've put some rust colour in it to clean it out. I've got some of this knead it stuff, and I'm going to create a little lip and a sill over there. Just for now, this is just temporary, so just to make it look good for the cough, and the rust is treated. And then next year we've got to look at trying to get Beast completely painted. It's got a lot of clear coat coming off down the sides and stuff, and it really needs to be touched up. As soon as it's our house, we need our house looking mint as all the time. But for now, I've just got to do this to make it look pretty, so then I don't get any questions. But I have done some rust killing and I have killed the rust, so that is a good thing. This is my repair I've done. That's the end product, looking pretty good, and Mr. Coughman won't need to cough at me.
We've got exciting news. We're going on a road trip for the first time in ages, and we're going to Blenheim. So yeah, we're just heading up to get our COF. Marcel gave Beast a wash yesterday, and it looks amazing. First time we've washed the truck. First time he has washed the truck in ages. Yeah, COF early Monday morning, and we've got a heap of shopping to do. We'll hit the road pretty soon. We're going to take the ute. We were just going to take Beast, but we decided to tow the ute up because it's just a bit tricky driving Beast to Kmart and to the warehouse and to farmers. We'd never find a park near farmers in Blenheim. And yeah, we might be doing a little bit of going back and forth, so we kind of need a smaller vehicle. So man, that hit me hard. First time I've travelled in the cab without diesel here. And it just hit me quite hard all over again, because normally he sits on my lap or on his little bed behind the little cozy there behind Marcel's seat. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that this morning. Anyway, it was a bit sad. Yeah. Marcel forgot to put the chain on the tow bar. Whoopsies. Toilet stop! Might as well use the public toilets and not fill up our one, eh? Everyone except for Marcel. All good? Whenever we come into here, we always have a bit of a, oh, where should we park? I like it here, I like it over there. I just like to drive in and have a look. Oh, should we just go park back at the start? Oh, you always say that. We always have a bit of a parking conundrum. So I'm just going to not say anything and let Marcel choose where he wants to park the truck, because he's driving it. That'll do us. Been here a few times in this spot. Don't think we have to level, so that's good. Just another spot that reminds me of diesel.
It's quite refreshing to just always have a truck that's, yeah, it flies through, and it's, after the inspector looks at it, he just keeps on saying how amazing it is and how it's in such good nick. The company we take it to is Wodsco, I don't know how you say it, in Blenheim. They know the truck really well now. We've been there for the last 3 years for our 6 monthly cough. As of today, we are now a 12-month cough, which is absolutely fantastic, so we don't have to come up here every 6 months. So we're set to go north in December, all ready to go, all legal, which is great.
So now that we've done everything, it's only like, it's not even 11 o'clock, so Beast passed the COF like Marcel said. The guy, what did he say? He couldn't even find where they noted the rust because you fixed it so well. So that's cool. So yeah, we've decided we've done all our shopping, had a successful trip, which has been great, and we are going to go to the pools. We weren't going to go to the pools, but last time we came to Blenheim I had my little fall and we didn't get to do all the fun stuff we were meant to be doing. And the pools aren't an expensive outing, they're only a couple of dollars to get in each, so we're going to go swimming, eh kids?
And I bought new togs.
Summer's got new togs, JJ's got new togs. Got his from the op shop, so good.
JJ's got new old togs.
He's got new second-hand togs, and you got some nice ones, eh, from Kmart. So yeah, it was really good. We find it quite hard to shop for our kids because they've all got such tiny waists, but they're really tall. Also, we're yeah, we'll head back to Kaikoura. I don't know, not too late, I guess, before tea maybe. And yeah, cool. We just get to cruise. Parked beside Pollard Park. Do you guys want to go over there and play for a bit?
Nah.
Summer, you're on camera.
What?
That's recording.
I thought you were just going to make people like...
No, it's recording. I wasn't talking to thin air, I was talking to the GoPro.
That has to go on the channel.
Was I recording?
She has to go on the channel.